What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Subnautica. That's right, we're back up and in it again. The early access update that I was waiting for that allows us to go to the Aurora, it's actually back. That was the update that I was specifically waiting for. And so I noticed it this morning. It actually came out yesterday, but I noticed it this morning when I was up on Steam, and I was like, well, it's time to play the game again. So without further ado, let's play ourselves some Subnautica. We're going to go from the beginning. This time there's been a lot of stuff that I haven't seen since the last time I played the game. There's going to be like underwater bases and some other really cool stuff we can do. We're going to play with all of that. Every single little bit of it is going to be a part of this gameplay. It's probably going to be like 15, 20 episodes. We'll kill this patch. We'll do everything there is to do, and then we'll come back again. This is a game that I really plan on following because I love oceanography. I love the bottom of the sea. I've studied fluid dynamics in college, as filthy as that sounds. Let's continue. We're going to go for hardcore. There's no second chances. If you die, you will not respawn. I don't think I want to do that. We'll just go survival. Alright, so here we are. If you didn't know the storyline for the game, essentially we were on a colony ship that was going like way deep out into space. Unfortunately, something went wrong, and it crash landed on this, I guess, aquatic planet. So for right now, what is this right here? It's a fragment analyzer. Okay, so there's a couple of new things. That's the urinal, obviously. I made that joke the last time we were here. Nope, there's no permeable surfaces. I'm just joking. I just want to see somebody pee their pants while they sit inside that seat. Anyways, we got the fabricator over here. What can we make? We got resources, so we can make, like, materials. We can make electronics. Okay. I should probably run through all this stuff again just for, like, good measure. We've got personal usage equipment, so there's a rebreather right there. It means that you can ignore depth and environment breathing effects. I have no idea what that means. I assume that once you get down really deep, you got to deal with pressure or something. Radiation suit, probably important for going over to the Aurora, as I recall. We got thermometers. Okay, we're looking pretty good right there. I pronounced it wrong. Don't, like, email me or anything. I pronounced it wrong on purpose. Just calm down. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Constructors, sea glide. Okay. There's enough stuff here to where I think we should probably get started. We got food. We got water taken care of. I don't really... We needed for filtered water, we need a vessel. Interesting. Okay, well, things are sort of ticking downwards, so I figure we probably want to get started. As I recall, for my own personal tool usage, we probably want to get a knife. And so we need titanium and we need silicone. Okay, so they've moved things around a little bit. An air bladder, it gives you personal buoyancy, so you're going to sit there and, like, float for a little while. Do the dead man float. We'll go up on the roof. Oh, look, we started off next to a little island or something. I don't know what that is sticking out of the water over there. But that's cool. We start off in the shallows. Sometimes you start off in, like, deep water, and it's a little bit more difficult starting out in deep water. I guess we will have a look around for just about anything that we can carry with us. I think the first thing what is this right here? A sea moth fragment? I will take you. Come along with me. Get inside my inventory if you want to become part of my equipment. And then we also needed to find some metal and some things like that, correct? We could also grab this peeper over here. Hey, come here, peeper. I got you. Yeah, don't swiggle around at all. You can't escape me. Did you drop the peeper? You should never drop the peeper. Please don't do that. Is that the peeper right there? Or did we just catch multiple peepers? Let's find out. Have we caught multiple peepers? We have multiple peepers. Everything is fine.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Apparently we're not a pearl diver, so we got to get this all taken care of. I should test this out and see if I can hold my breath the entire time we go underwater. I'd probably cheat, though. We can break these limestone things right here. If you recall my previous lecture on all this, limestone is simply just the calcareous formulation. So what'll happen is you have little sea creatures. They float around. They're actually invisible. They're in this water right now, and they have a shell that's made out of calcium carbonate. When they die, it falls to the bottom. Over time, that stuff is actually, it dissolves. It dissolves in water. So over time, it will dissolve. As it dissolves, stuff gets left over. The stuff that's left over bonds together, becomes limestone. Enjoyable. The fun thing about limestone, you can pour acid on it and it sizzles. Lots and lots of fun there. I probably need a couple of these acid mushrooms. Okay, so are they acid mushrooms as in they get you high? Just in case we get bored on a Saturday out here in our pod and be like, well, I guess I could trip balls for a while. What do you want to do today? Trip balls for 45 minutes or so? Yeah, sure, why not? Try 8 hours. This shit is potent. Luckily, it doesn't appear as though there's anything like violent out here trying to kill me. But hey, there's a little shard of metal right there, so that'll be nice. What's down inside this hole? I would like to take a look inside your sea hole. Why is that metal moving right there? That's not good. It's animate haunted metal. All bad. So do we refine the scrap metal now? How does that work? Because I noticed everything is using, I think there's some halite crystals down in here. Yeah, there we go. We got a salt deposit at the bottom of the ocean. Go ahead and grab that stuff real quick. I'm going to try and keep an eye on our beacon and our pod because it's very important to me. We probably won't get to see the Aurora for a little while, but I am really excited about playing the game again. We'll grab that from right there. We'll probably need some sand as well. Ah, titanium comes out of those little things right there. Okay. If you've never seen titanium before, it's like a bluish metal. It's pretty much all there is to it. You find it a lot of times like oxidized. So like a lot of the things that are titanium bearing. So for example, I'm having trouble thinking of anything that's titanium bearing right now. But there are specific rocks that are titanium bearing. I should know this, but you know what? I graduated like a while back. And honestly, I haven't been in industry for a long time. And in fact, it's a weird thing to talk about, but after I got out of college, I didn't really work that much. So there you go. It is what it is. I kind of went straight into the YouTubeseries after college, so... Still, it's been a while since my last survey, my last field work, my last anything that I did. I should be able to quote it. Rutile, maybe? I think rutile might be the one that I'm thinking about as titanium bearing, maybe. I don't know. I might be off, though. Don't quote me on it. Don't, like, put me in your papers and be like, Spattercat said. It looks like the inventory is a little bit bigger right now, too. It feels bigger anyways. And so while we're feeling around talking about the size of things... I would like this quartz crystal to come with me. We talked about this last time, but the sand right here and the quartz are the exact same thing. So technically, you should be able to get quartz from sand and vice versa. Just depends on how much of a grinder you got going on. That's right, we're going to talk about grinder accounts today. How about that? My grinder account always ringing because I'm popular. Let's see here. Oh, nope. Those are those little explodey guys right there. Performance seems a lot better since the last time I played the game. When I played it, it used to have like these big chuggy periods where the game would just be like, nah.
The Aurora, zero life signs detected. Lethal radiation levels detected. The main drive core has malfunctioned. The primary dark matter containment field has dropped to 36% amplitude. Continuing to monitor.
Oh. Well, thank you for that. I'm gonna call you Navi or Navy or something from now on because you're like my little head voice. Nobody else can hear you. That would suck. You got like that little thing in your ear all the time, like talking to, and you're just like, yeah, I know. All right, we'll investigate later. People looking at you like you're all crazy. You're like, so, are you having problems we need to talk about right now? Are you on your lithium, bud? Did you take it? I hope you took it because you know that you tend to get agitated very, very easily when you're not on it. I'd be like, calm down. I've got this little thing in my ear. I'm talking to my robot friend. Obviously, typically... A new creature discovered? I'm discovering creatures now? Okay. Well. We got a couple of peepers right here. I don't know why they changed that to say salt deposit. But I should just say salt underneath that. I think they've added unnecessary sort of just like complication to like cooking things. It seems like they've gone out of their way to make it like difficult to figure out what you're supposed to need, like salt deposit, for example. Just say salt. Like, why does the deposit thing even have to be on the other end? We're going to get dehydrated pretty quickly, but we managed to eat, and that should fill us out for a little while. With titanium, I think to get silica, let's find out here. So we've got resources, we have materials. So in order to get silicone, we need quartz. And so there it is. That'll make us some synthetic rubber, some of that stuff we made for ourselves. That'll allow us to get our first tool going, I hope, which is going to be the knife. And so now that we've got ourselves a knife, at least we've got ourselves a weapon so that we can fight with things when they come at us. This will also allow us to harvest from the coral nodes and do some other things. So it's a helpful thing to have around. Now out of this, we can take scrap metal and we can turn it into titanium. It looks like... copper ore, magnesium for ignition, so it needs salt deposits, okay, enameled glass. A lot of interesting things laying around right now that actually... Okay, so some interesting things around that I still have no idea what we're going to use like half of this stuff for, but we probably want to hustle. I think next, what we should do, since we no longer need scrap metal, so you need copper wire for that right there... Were I to, let's see here, electronics. So for copper wire, what is that going to cost me? Copper wire takes 2 copper ore. The Sea Glide is the next thing that I'd like to get my hands on. Additionally, where are the dive tanks at? It takes titanium and glass. So if we have titanium, let's go through here. Glass is going to take some quartz. So we have the titanium. Let's refine some of that right now. I wish you could do multiple stacks, but you know what? It's not a complaint. It's just like an ease of living type thing that we could do. So we'll get some titanium up and out of there. Probably use up, I don't know, maybe 3 of them for right now. Let's go back down. We'll get some quartz. I think having like 2 to 3 dive tanks is probably a very, very wise thing to do. So we'll grab some quartz from right there. Let's keep an eye out along the bottom for crystals. I don't know if any of this stuff respawns, but we'll want to be vigilant about its acquisition. This poor little critter over here, I could stab it to death because it would be humorous, but I'm not going to. Let's not commit any unnecessary acts of underwater murder, aquatic destruction, and all that fun stuff. We're going to respect our ecosystem for right now because we don't know what's going to happen. This could be the kind of ecosystem that just like blows up when you poke it wrong. And so in the interest of my own self-preservation, I'm going to avoid it. This right here, I think we can do this. And so we can pick up the coral chunks. I'll fiddle with those in a little while, but one thing I do know, I don't know much, but I know I need salt. So we'll get the salt. We'll take that off the side. Let that be all I need today. Got that Aaron Neville rocking. People forgot about Aaron Neville. I didn't forget about Aaron Neville. Aaron Neville, I still love you, buddy. I still love you. Everybody else might have forgot, but not the Splattercat. He remembers that you were around, and he still sings your song. Aaron Neville got the jams right there. You got to bring those out on the date night, just for the 10-yard line, just in case. Let's see here. Got a little bit of quartz on this side. Come on, get inside my inventory. So now that we got that, we probably want to grab ourselves a sea glide, some flippers, like all those random things that make our lives easier. Lots of quartz around though, so that's good. Finally, I think I'd like a couple more things of salt too. I don't know if there's any especially like watery critters down here. Some air sacs. You used to be able to harvest these. I don't know if they do anything anymore. They give you an air sac. Okay. Well, no. Oh, my inventory's full. Well, that's going to cause some minor damage. Here, get rid of all those, because no, don't get rid of my coral. I want my coral. There we go. We'll come back down here and we'll harvest some. I heard that nighttime was like a lot worse now, too. Like, I heard that nasty things come out at night, sort of like Terraria style, and start messing with you. So with these air sacs, can I do anything with you? No, they just take damage now, and I just murdered him. Now I feel like a dick. Man. Alright, well, come here, buddy. At least I'll turn you into dinner. I'm going to convert you into fuel for my body and then eventually poo, obviously. But for right now, I'm just going to talk about the first part because it makes you seem more valuable than you actually are. And we could probably use a flashlight or something, too. I don't deal with dark water very well. This is kind of terrifying for me. It's a little bit horrifying. It's not super horrifying, but it's pretty well along the line right now to where I feel nervous about it. Any more salt crystals around here anywhere? We could really use them. And not abuse them. Salt crystals, you want to hang out with me? Anybody? Nobody wants to hang out with me? Well, ain't that the story of my subaquatic life? Alright, well we might have to get a little bit further out before we can find any of the other good stuff. A little bit of titanium right there from that chunk. My god, it's dark. Damn you, nighttime, and your ability to block my vision. Your strength at obscurantism is concerning. What are you? Gary Fish, come with me. Come with me if you want to be dinner. Let's see. We'll take up a... How much quartz do I have on me right now? A lot. All that I really want, though... Well, I guess we're going to have to surface. Let's go back up to the top. We'll go back to base for right now. Let's make those oxygen tanks so that I can dive a little bit longer because I think this is going... It's a little bit of a self-replicating problem. Like, I can only dive for so long, and so I'm wasting my time, which ultimately means that my meters are all dragging downwards. We don't harvest air sacs the same way that we used to, so... We'll have to figure out what the hell it is that we do with coral. Let's see. Aside from tell it to stay away from the zombies, coral. Let's see, a salt deposit. Oh, it takes both now. Okay, so we'll get some glass right there. Yup. Nobody cooks that shit like we do. We make solid glass. And so there it is. That'll give us a couple pieces of glass so that we can turn those into some oxygen tanks. And we've got 2 glass. How much quartz am I still carrying around? Wow, you go through those resources quick. You go through those resources real quickity. Okay, so we'll go 2 of these guys right here. Yep, couple of dive tanks just to let us stay underwater a little bit longer. And so there it is. We've got 100 seconds of oxygen time. That is going to use up a considerable amount of our space. I'll probably try and dump. I don't think that's going to work. So maybe I'll make a central repository. There used to be like a little storage thing in here. So we got like a first aid kit. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Oh, there's already a... What? There's a terraformer? Okay, so that's kind of cool. There's some diamond, some gold, and an oxygen tank. Well, Splattercat wasted his time, didn't he? Let's put these in here for right now. I'm going to save the scrap metal for later. There we go. I don't know where the other one got off to, but hell, that'll do it for right now. I think if we give ourselves a good... That's 2 minutes, 10 seconds right there. That'll work out pretty well. I'm happy with it. And then with the remainder of our titanium, is there any way for me to... There we go, I can shift click it in. That's what I was hoping for. Got a sea moth fragment. I don't need to carry that around with me at all. I think the Garyfish gave us a whole bunch. We've only got a little bit of salt left, so I'd like to do the best that I can with all of this.
Caution. Readings from the Aurora suggest erratic fluctuations in the primary dark matter containment field. A breach of the main drive chamber may cause a cascading quantum flux detonation.
Really? That sounds really unpleasant. I understood maybe 2 of those words. So you're gonna have to give it to me like kindergarten style. Just be like, it gonna blow up. And then I'll be like, there you go. You could have just said that in the first place. It gonna blow up. That works for me. I come from a family that's from Georgia. I come from a family that's from Arkansas. You don't need to sugarcoat things for me. Just be like, it gonna explode. And I'll be like, all right, that sounds good. Awesome. Don't go near. That sounds good as well. I'm not going to have that problem either. So what we need right now is a ton of salt. And so I can either jump onto Xbox Live or B, yep, recycling those jokes. I always like to recycle. Why not? Recycling is good for the environment. It's good for me. It's good for you. I think I'm going to stay away from metal for right now. Keep that chugga away from me. Refill them tanks. Let's get back down in here. God, I love this game. This game is just gorgeous to play. This is one of those early access titles that, like with a lot of early access titles, they come out too early to the point where you can't even see where the gameplay is going. In the case of Subnautica, even from like the first early access that they put out, you're like, yep, this is going to be amazing. You can tell already. It's just going to be really, really good. We got another sea moth fragment over here. I do have a fragment analyzer, so I should be able to take a look at those. Oh, no. Okay, I'm not trying to get bit right now, so let's stay away from that. Not feeling particularly edible. But what we do need is going to be relegated to these little guys down here. We need some flippers or something. I don't know. This swim speed ain't doing it. Alright, a little bit more copper. Obviously, I think we're going to need that. It seems like there's going to be a lot of wiring in our future. So we'll get that right there. I picked up another lump of titanium. Don't really need that. Still no salt around. Which is odd, considering we're in salt water. Can I do anything with these? Like this red gemmed disc, what does it do? Like maybe I can harvest some of the things I need from the sides of these. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Take that little bit of quartz because we're going to need a lot of glass for some of the later projects. Start stockpiling now. A little bit of titanium right there. Still no salt though. Strangely enough, not a lot of salt to go around. And that's something we're really going to have to get on top of. If we don't, it's gonna sink us. I mean, maybe there's the refinement of items that I'm not really super in tuned with for right now. Let's see if we can make some flippers. Hold on. Let's take some sand up right here, get ourselves what we need in order to make ourselves some rubber. Then I'm gonna jump back in here. We'll make some silica and we'll see if that... I don't like that noise. Like that random little sound they keep making worries me. I do need to start working in particular directions too, because the game does have multiple biomes, and so you want to start memorizing where those are at before you get too far into the game. Otherwise, you'd be swimming around in circles forever, just trying to figure out what the hell it is you're looking for. So personal equipment, we can make flippers with 2 silicone. Let's jump on that right now. Oh, it takes quartz to make silicone? Ooh, that might not work out for us. Okay, so we gotta find more quartz too. The fragment analyzer, might as well throw that in there. That humming noise would not do it. It's like the sound that my air conditioning unit makes, and it drives me crazy. Let's see. I think it's faster to just point downwards and jump, but there's some quartz right there, so I'm going to go down and get it. Yeah, I'm going to dive down to the bottom and grab that quartz right there now. I don't know. Everything's turning into Cornbread Collins for me right now. The entire thing. If you don't know who Cornbread Collins is, you should check out the Zomboid playthrough, and then you will have a very, very real primer to the life of Cornbread Collins. What in the hell? Oh, never mind. Okay, it's just like a little sea flippery thing. That's fine. As long as it's friendly, it can hang out in my vicinity. But if it tries to get rowdy, just stabity, stabity. I take you out. Take you out like I got a couple drinks in you. Let's see here. We'll go... Still no salt. This is kind of bad. Like, where is all the salt at on this map? Salt used to be really, really prevalent considering we're sitting in salt water. I feel like we're very much lacking for it right now. Yeah, nothing along that side. What the hell was that? You better not. You better leave it alone. Hey, what's up, Gary Fish? You want to come with me? Well, you don't have a choice because you swam too close to a predator, an apex predator. I'm just letting you know. Not the apex from Starbound. I'm not a monkey man. Well, I kind of am, I guess, if you look at our evolutionary history. But anyways, I guess in the most rudimentary sense, I'm totally a like monkey man, but still. Let's go back over here. Still no... There's one right there. Finally. We need it so that we can take the bleach that we have and we can turn it into a drinking water. How deep were we? Oh my god, we were way down there. Alright, well, let's get back up to the top. We got enough quartz right now to make our flippers. I think what I might try to do is in between episodes maybe swim around and see if I can find myself... Yeah, this swim speed is janky. It ain't working for me right now. Janky like jinkies. Let's see. If you go kind of like diagonal, you go faster though. I don't know, it's weird. Alright, so there's our salt deposit. You definitely swim up to the surface faster too. A little bit more copper, sure, why not? Can always use that stuff for wiring. Any more salt along the sides right here that wants to come along with me? Yes! Salt quest with Splattercat. That's pretty much what we do. Oh, there's one right there. I don't know if the visibility is just lower, like I'm just like dumber at finding it because I'm not used to looking for it, or what's going on here. Maybe we just got to get further away from home. I don't think I see any right there. I'm going to try and go a little bit slower, though. Maybe the color of the texture was changed or something, too. No idea. How deep are we? 37 meters. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. A little bit more titanium. See if I can get back up to the surface without sustaining any further damage to my lungas. Alright, so back to the pod we go. I'm going to swim this thing all the way back over this way. We're going to make our flippers, make us a tiny bit faster. I think this is probably a reasonably decent spot. Well, now we'll keep it going. We'll go extra long on this one. How's that sound? I know you guys like it extra long. So... Salt, you want to come along, just in case? Ye briny substances? No. There's no briny substances around here. Alright, well, I mean, a man can hope, can he not? A man can hope, a man can dream. Unfortunately, there's no salt in this stream of ocean. This is kind of big for a stream. This would be like the universal-sized stream. You'd have to be pretty gargantuan for this to count as a stream for you. Still... I get some weird chop every now and again, but it's odd because my frame rate still says that it's at 60. It's weird. I get some odd chop every now and again, but the frame rate meter still says 60. It's the weirdest situation, and it only happens with this game. I've never seen that before. It happens all the time. Let's throw this up and inside of here. Fabricator, give me them flippers. We need that right now. Is it still analyzing over here? What do we got going on? It's still doing its thing. Well, whatever. Figure it out. It's fine by me. So, flippers. Make me swim faster. So there it is. Those should go onto my feetses, I thinkses. Yep, there it is right there. We actually have inventory slots now too. I don't feel that much faster. I don't know. I don't feel that much faster, but I might be. Maybe I'm just being suspicious. I don't feel that much faster. The first time that I usually feel faster is when I get the Sea Glide. So I think we'll probably start working on that too, because mobility is going to be key for actually surviving in this game. The ability to get away, kind of one of those things that human beings lack underwater, and so being able to tool around quickly. Oh, it's for the sea moth. Okay. So I guess you have to unlock that now. I was unaware. I guess we'll take this back up in here. We've got another fragment right there. So we'll snag that with the coral fragments. We'll take the relic analyzer.
The Aurora exhibit characteristics consistent with total degradation of the dark matter containment field. Spikes in quantum fluctuations suggest an uncontrolled cascade detonation will occur with a probability of 83.5%.
So do I have to like hustle on that, or how's that gonna work? How much salt do I have for right now? So if I wanted to filter some water... We just need a vessel? Like, is that like my sea vessel? Like it filters water on its own? Because that's pretty amazing. I actually appreciate that. What happens if I drink out of this? And that isn't costing me anything, huh? Weird. Okay, well, hey. If it works, don't knock it, I guess. Why would I make the other water then? I mean, it only does 15, so it's not going to hold you together that long. It's going to be, like, cumbersome and time-consuming to make sure that you're always doing that, but I guess that fixes it. A gemmed disc piece, so it's got, for computer chips, it's got opal up in there. Opal is really pretty. It's a really cool stone. It can be very variable in the way that it looks, too. But I suppose I'll break this off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Subnautica. I will see you all in the future. Bye, everybody.